Okay, I want to help with a couple problems because a lot of the information, they assume you understand it, but I think sometimes as especially a traditional student, some things are not quite understood about retirement. So like if you're looking at number 14 and 15, it says Cole wants to retire with $1,000 per month. He needs 200,000 in principal at the time he retires to generate this amount of monthly interest income if the interest rate is 6%. If Cole has 20 years before retirement and has $50,000 to invest today, what simple interest rate does he need to achieve the necessary amount of principal? So really just going to work on this one because number 15 is very similar. Melissa's retiring with a certain amount per month, and she needs to have a certain amount of principal invested when she retires, which is in the future, of monthly income at a 12% rate. If Melissa has 25 years before retirement and she only has $125,000 today, what simple interest rate does she need to achieve that? So it's kind of thinking about future and current. Principal seems to go between interest and actual principal as well. So let's go back to our number 14. I'm going to pull out a Word document because I do not have a document camera at home while I'm making this video. But again, if Cole wants to retire and he needs $1,000 per month, which that's not a lot of income to live on each month. Okay, that's what he needs. And he says he needs, so this is future amount that he's going to need, $200,000 in principal at the time he retires. So that means he's not going to have it right now. We're going to have to generate that. And to do that, the interest rate at that time with the $200,000 to make $1,000 per month in the future is 6%. Okay, Cole has 20 years to do this. And today he has the $50,000. Okay. So what simple interest rate does he need to achieve this? So the now means really there's some unneeded information. Right now, the $1,000 is not really needed. We don't really care that in the future he's going to get $1,000 from this $200,000 investment account. Okay, we also don't really care that in the future the interest rate would be 6% when he invests that 200,000. Okay, what we do care about is today he has 50,000 and he needs to basically make in the next 20 years the difference between the 200,000 that he'll have invested at that time, which they're now calling principal, and today he has $50,000. So the difference between today's amount and in the future, we need to find that amount, and that's going to tell us how much money he needs to make over the next 20 years to be able to invest a total of $200,000. So he would need to make $150,000 in the next 20 years off of that $50,000 investment. Okay, so here's some things we know now. Our principal right now today is $50,000. Our time to do this is 20 years, right? The interest that he needs to make between now and in 20 years is this difference up here, because if we want to have $200,000 to invest, then we need to make over the next 20 years $150,000. So these are the values you're going to use to then go find your interest rate in the now to be able to produce the $200,000. So you're going to use that simple interest formula, your I equals your P times R times T, and you're going to go solve for the rate. Now remember, the rate in the time will look like a decimal, and then you need to multiply it times 100 to make it a percentage amount. So you're going to say 150,000 equals the 50,000 times our 20 years times our rate that we don't know. Okay, kind of difficult to show these steps on a Word document, but we're doing it. So 50,000 times 20 would be 1 million. And then you would have your R beside it. Then you would need to divide by your 1 million. And so in this case, you'll see in your calculator when you do that, it's 0.15 equals our rate. And again, we need to multiply that times 100% to show this as a rate, a percentage rate. So that would be 15%. So I hope this helps you get through number 14 and number 15 similar, just different numbers. And sometimes, you know, if they're starting out with a very low amount and they think they need a whole lot of money, they may have a very big interest rate that they would need to have, which would not be a realistic way to earn that amount of money in terms of, you know, being able to live off a certain amount per month. So if you're doing those steps and you kind of understand that, just know like this would be a pretty high interest rate. I don't know that investments that you generally earn quite that much, but 15% is a big rate. And then the next one, if you noticed before, it was a very, very big rate. So I hope this helps. Have a good day.